And focus your mind to this bell sound and follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So dear Dhamma friends, before we start our meditation session, be very clear yourself how you're going to practice this. So in the beginning, we have to understand some basic informations. In this practice, we have two mental cultures. One is called samatha meditation and other one vipassana. There are other two words. One is called chitta bhavana, another one called panya bhavana. So the chitta bhavana means tranquility meditation or the samadhi meditation. Panya bhavana means vipassana meditation. So when it comes to chitta bhavana or tranquility meditation, mainly you have to focus your mind to calm down it, relax, keep your mind in one point. So little by little, try to keep your mind with the primary mental object. So how long you can remain with that object, according to that, your tranquility state going to differ. Sometimes very nature of the mind, again and again, it's go here and there. That's why it called like a monkey mind. It always busy. So then yourself, take it easy. Just recognize very nature of it. And don't try to resist too much. And don't try to make it hard. Accept it. And recognize, and at the same time bring your attention and stay calm and relax and develop your concentration. So otherwise don't develop any resistance inside you regarding your own nature, because the very reason the resistance itself disturb your mind. When you go against something, there is some mental idea behind the resistance. So that means your mind itself closed. But here we trying to open our mind, become more free and relaxed. So then for that, remember to accept the situation, but keep it beyond your thoughts, or don't try to involving with that. That is what you have to do. You accept it, but you don't involving with it. If there is a necessary situation come, you take a action. So as example, like this. So you focus our main, like a primary mental object, we keep to sensation of the inhalation, exhalation in front of our nose and upper lip area. So then you stay with it and we call it nimitta. And again you keep observing and recognizing it, we call the kamatahana, so the working place. So now you stay here and then suddenly there is some feeling arise somewhere in your body, or maybe sound arise, or maybe kind of like that the discomfort arises. So in the beginning, even though you recognize it, don't try to react with it. Stay with the primary mental object. But if the disturbance is going to become more, and then if you feel kind of like that the deeper the resistance arises in you, and so then what is happening, your mind start to disconnect from the main primary object, and then it start to go that way, and then sometimes you get disappointed. So why? Because now you want to do something, but then there is a nature arise, come against it. So that moment, sometimes then the anger, disappointment, unhappiness can arise. So in the first level, what you have to do, remember, even though you practice meditation, the worldly nature not going to change thinking and trying to help for your meditation practice. The worldly nature itself going to happen. Because you just sit for meditation, it doesn't mean that all this sound going to disappear, that all the bodily nature going to disappear. No, it's going to happen in the same way. But then when it happen, in the very first time when you recognize it, just accept it. Let it be, but stay with it. But the resistance become more higher. Then if it is disturbed too much, if it is coming through the body, then slowly change it. And first get a mental image, and then slowly change it. And then it will disappear. So, and focus to that disappearance. So in the beginning, before you change the posture, you had pain and the mind was moving and shaking, unbalanced, unhappiness arose. And then now you change the posture, and then suddenly what happened? The mind feel comfort. And with that comfort, the happiness arose. And then you settle down there. But don't settle down with that thought also. Why? Then you have to see your mind change according to the condition of the posture. So then if it doesn't matter, whatever the pleasant or unpleasant, that all the feelings possible to change. So get into that understanding and then come again. Or maybe there is a sound arise from the outside. So try to maintain yourself. If it doesn't work, then you have to understand it is beyond your limit and you cannot do anything. Just accept it. But still, you practice meditation, and if there is a sound arise and it disturb you, and you open the window or open the door, then that's why the sound come. Don't just keep the struggling in you. What you have to do? Just stand up and go and close the window or the door and come down and sit and sit for meditation. So that is what we mostly don't do. Because we attach to our practice, and because of that attachment, so whatever happening inside us, we don't recognize and we just resist. So then your mind always keep resisting inside, and the entire session, meditation itself become kind of like you lost in a jungle. You struggling. But connected to the breathing, getting to tranquility state is not a struggle. Through a struggle, you cannot get into this. Remember that. You come to practice meditation to come out from the struggle. So then the meditation should not be a struggle. So then if something bothering to you, just fix it. And if you know you cannot do it, if you cannot bear it, and then just leave it. So like that, moment by moment, you have to accept the situation even without having the deeper, strong attachment to meditation. So as example, you sit for meditation and then suddenly there is necessary thing you have to do. And then if you don't do it, that there's something else going to happen. So then what we have to do? Right away and with mindfully, knowingly, just go and do it and come and sit for meditation. And in case if something happened that you cannot sit, it is okay, accept it. Don't get mad and don't get unhappy about it. Accept it and mindfully whatever you have to do it. So like that, remember, it is meditation is just not only sitting. The sitting this moment, we're trying to practice ourselves how to deal. And with that, so once we tranquilize our mind, little by little, how? Observing the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. This is inhalation, this is exhalation. This is inhalation, this is exhalation. And then slowly observe the entire continuation from beginning to end. And then some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. So like that, you observe the very character or the nature of the inhalation, exhalation. And when you go deeper this way, little by little, when the mind slowly tranquilize, calm down, slowly go to vipassana meditation. Convert the technique to that. When it comes to vipassana meditation, so as example, now our primary mental object with the sensation. So maybe you come with the sensation here and you stay there. But when it comes to vipassana meditation, you have to drop that all. In tranquility meditation, it is okay, you keep the primary object and you go with it. But when it comes to panya bhavana, in the chitta bhavana, you get primary, but in the vipassana level, be very clear. It doesn't matter whatever you observe. You're not clinging to your mental object. You're not clinging to that. You have to let it go. So as example, you observe the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation. Or maybe you observe the bodily postures or the feeling somewhere in your body. And maybe you observe the mind. Maybe you observe the very nature, the foundation. Somehow you get into that. But when it comes to deeper, you don't stuck with the primary mental object. You have to let go it. It's like you jump with the parachute, but you so attached to the parachute and you don't want to open it. No, in the vipassana level, you open it and you let go it. So like that, when you come to the deeper level of tranquility state, let go even your primary mental object and get into the deeper level of the very nature and what you experience. So then you get into the sensation. So that is the form, the very beginning of the 5 aggregates. So through the forms that it come to you. So the mind and so when it come to matter and form, that everything without matter or without form, there's nothing belong to you as the world. So your very existence, the foundation, the outer layer have the connection with the form or the matter. So the sensation, the recognition, the sensation is the form. Even the sound, that it appear as a sound because it get into the form. That's why you can change that separately recognize, oh, this is a voice from someone, oh, this is a sound from something. So like that, like a musical instrument, different instrument give the different form of sound. So like that, the smell, oh, this smell, that smell, this aroma, this is lavender, this is roses. So like that, you the smell itself even having a form. And then the taste. So see that the taste has a form. That's why we say, oh, this is so sweet, this is bitter. So like it is a form, but physically you cannot see it, but mentally there is a form you get in. And then sensation, and some sensation you like it, and some sensations that you don't like. So as example, when it comes to sensation, you say chemistry, it match the our chemistry match. That means you feel comfortable. But there are some people you don't feel comfortable. So that means that sensation has a form. So your body really cannot get into a person. It is the illusion. It is a mirage. You don't, when you stay with the person or when you smell, when you touch, you don't really, you cannot really smell the rose. You smell the form of the rose, the smell, that whatever come out of the rose. So you cannot see experience the real rose. You experience the rose came out of the form came out of the rose as a flower. So like that, your body has a mechanism to get into the form. So when you deeply observe, recognize how this form get into you, because it is so personal. If there are million people in the world, that each and every person has a very personal way to experience the form. That's why it's a meditation we cannot teach, because the way I recognize the form is maybe not going to be the same for you. So then yourself, you have to see, experience, and observe deeply without reacting, without any thoughts from your past, without thinking or involving with the experience. You have to observe and see. It's like, have you seen sometimes the deers, how they drink the water? Some animals, because you don't disturb, you just keep watching. So like that. Why? Because if you make a sound, maybe they're afraid and disturb. So like that, observe what you experience. In that moment, that experience can come in different way. That's why it called in the Vipassana or the Satipatthana 4 foundations. Anywhere, if you stay with the body, when the body become your boundary or the limit, you okay. So maybe you feel the sensation from the body somewhere, or maybe you feel the posture or the bodily behavior, or maybe you feel the thoughts. Even sometimes thought arise, you feel happy, then the thought disappear, then you feel different. So like that, you observe deeply the very behavior of the thought. And then sometimes the body become a heat, and then sometimes it may be shaking, and sometimes it feel kind of like a dizzy, and sometimes you feel like floating. So you observe without reacting to this anything. This is a form that you experience. And because of that form, in the deeper level, there is something else happen. If you have a busy mind, you cannot see it. That form brings you Vedana, Rupa, Vedana. The Rupa means the form, the Vedana means feelings. That bring you the feeling. That's why that you say, when the nice smell come, you say, oh, it's nice. And then the unpleasant smell come, you say, I don't like it. So before you say don't like, have you ever seen how that happen inside? So the observing the form, and then you see how the sensation, the feelings arise. The feelings, 3 kind of feelings. One is sometimes pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral. So you can observe, and slowly when you, without reacting, when you observe, as example, you observe your feeling, your posture feels so good. So that is a pleasant feeling come out of the bodily posture. So you go to, you stay with the foundation. And then suddenly that there is a little pain arise. And then you observe that whatever the comfort disappeared. And now you experience discomfort. So you still observe and you don't react. And then again that discomfort disappears, then again not comfort or not discomfort, then they become neutral. So like that, you recognize the feeling. So without reacting, you just observe. It can happen through, even with the mind. There is a thought arise, and then suddenly you feel happy. And then few years back, whatever happened, or maybe there is a doubt regarding future, then the thought arise, and then suddenly your consciousness react unhappiness. And then again it disappear, then again you get into something, and then another thought come, and then you feel good. So you observe how this, without even your effort, thought arise, and you feel good, and then you feel unpleasant, and then feel neutral. So you observe that. Rupa, Vedana, and the Sanya. So the Sanya, sensation, and through that feelings, you recognize, oh, this is that, like that. And that recognition allow you to keep the contact with it. Otherwise, it reject it right away. As example, pleasant sensation or the feeling arise, smell arise. Oh, then the sensation, Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, the sensation, this is what happening. When you get into the sense, there is a nice smell arise. And now you feel it nice. The Sanya is the sensation, is the movement take you towards, it's like this. That is what does. And at the same time, if it is feel like unpleasant, so what you do? Like this. That come out of the Sanya. And then it can come with the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body. Even with your eye, if it is pleasant, you go like this. Let me look. That bring the Sanya. And then if it is not, oh, I don't want to see. That bring the Sanya. So sensation. And it hold us, or it bring the resistance. Take us towards or resist us. And then sankhara, mental formation. Out of that your experience, what you experience, again and again, it bring it put the label. It's like, oh, this is inhalation, oh, this is exhalation, this is short, this is long, and this is warm, this is cold. So like that, you put a seal on it, you put a label on it. Oh, this is a good person, this is a bad person. Oh, this place is a nice place. Oh, this food is so sweet. So like that, you put a label. That is what the mental formations does. It calls sanskara. How once you put a mental, it's like once you put a tag on it, you name it, you hold it to a position, you give it a position. As example, just an ordinary person, you bring it to that person to the stage and tell, from now you are the president, and that person, you put a label. So like that, all inside us, that is what we keep doing. Through this experience, again and again and again, we keep doing it. And the vinyan, or the cognition, or the consciousness arise out of this all. The final result is the consciousness, and again thinking pattern and the becoming pattern happening. So the existence mean, because existence not solid, existence mean from form to consciousness. Form arise, out of that form feeling arise, out of that feeling sensation arise, out of that sensation mental formations arise, out of that mental formations consciousness arise. Form to consciousness. This journey is the existence. So this is, once you understand that, there is no somebody called you or somebody else. In between this, there is no someone else take a decision. It not happening because of someone else interest. It happening according to necessary conditions in that moment by moment by moment. That is a natural process. Once you observe that, once you be with it, that is one of the beautiful experience that you can enjoy. That's mean experience. It is beyond this all the sensual pleasures. It's a different kind of understanding. It's a different kind of experience, and it is real. It is the true nature, and it is the bottom level of that, the very that the being or the existence or the happening yourself. If you're able to get into that bottom and experience it to a moment, one single moment, how the form come to a feeling, how the feelings arise as a sensation, how the sensation arise as a mental formations, how the mental formation bring you understanding or the cognition or the consciousness. Once you experience that, your mind expands to the highest level of it. To get into that, you have to be head to toes. Your each and every organ should function to the highest and its maximum strength. And your awareness should be very clear without interfering with the thought related with the past or the future. And your attention should be very clear. So when these necessary things come together, and this will experience. So this never can make it happen. It have to arise, but only thing is you can gather this all the necessary thing. So that is what we do with the practice. So now we're going to practice ourselves a little bit and take care of yourself while you practice. If your mind go here and there, bring it back. If there is a resistance, remember, just if it is fixable, just do it. Don't hold it to resistance, and be relax yourself. And at the same time, remember, don't be too soft yourself sometimes. Little bit be hard on you, and but keep the distance. And so just try and stay within your body limit. Don't go anywhere beyond the limit, the body, and always stay in the present moment. Don't go to any past or the future. So with that, we're going to practice a little bit. So your right palm on your left and make it straight in one line. And be comfortable yourself. Scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say Supatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. Bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times. And observe your sensation. Just allow it to happen itself. Do nothing extra. First, let your mind settle down and follow the sensation of inhalation, exhalation. Recognize this is rising, this is falling, this is rising. And follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. Recognize the very nature of the inhalation, exhalation. Once the mind settles down and slowly get into the recognition of the form, feelings, sensation, formations, recognition. Bring your attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire this compound, this village, this city, this state, this country, this world, and this universe. And as far as we can through galaxies, other planets, stars, reminding ourselves like this. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion, beginning from your heart, forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, to your right side, downward, and upward, to all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy. Without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So dear Dhamma friends, as we know, our life depends on the condition of the mind. It's called Mano Pubbangama Dhamma. Mind is the forerunner. Mind is the chief. Mind is the creator. So then, According to the condition of the mind, whatever we recognize, that recognition going to change. And there is a reality in Dhamma. The reality means how things come to be as they are and according to as it is. So why the mind sometimes cannot get into that? When you have the pure, clear consciousness, awareness, that when that awareness able to have the direct contact with the nature, that is where you recognizing how things arising, how things happening. But in between this, what is happening? In between this, our memory come and involving with the experience. When the memory come and involving with this experience, what is happening? Your mind cannot experience the true nature. That means your mind cannot experience the Dhamma. So the Dhamma means the very nature. And when the mind cannot experience the true nature itself mind damage. How the mind damage? Because of the memory. And according to the thoughts. So look yourself, all the most of the disease come out of the mind. So that most of the mind related with thoughts related with the past or the future. That means not in the present moment. So if something related with past or the future, that means it called thoughts. Because in the very present moment, when you really experience something to the exactly to the moment, there is no thoughts. The thought itself means something related with past or the future. The thought mean itself, as example, there is an idea. So you cannot have an idea regarding the present moment of experience. So you get a little bit salt and you experience that salty. It is not an idea. It is not an idea. It is experience. When you are able to transform that experience to idea, then you need thoughts. So then ourselves, in day-to-day life, when you look yourself, mostly you dealing with thoughts more than the experience, the moment. That thought itself damage you. It damage, it develop the disorder, it deform your body, your brain, your mind, your lifestyle. And that is what called disease. When the mind deform, when the mind damage, when the mind disorder from its original form or its original being, it is a disease. Maybe physically you feel good, you see very healthy, but mentally you damage. When you are mentally damaged and when you take a decision out of that damaged mind, do you think it's going to be healthy? When we talk about well-being, the well-being means you are holistic itself, you are organic itself, you are completely physically, mentally, you are complete without any disease, without any damage. So our own thoughts, don't blame to anybody, our own thoughts damage our mind. How? By thinking. And so this is create fear inside us. That fear lead you, that fear itself disconnect from the moment, and that's why you leads to memorize things. Why you need to memorize? Because when it comes to the real experience, what you experience in this very moment, after another 5 days, you're not going to experience that. So why you get into the memory of this moment? Why you hold it to that? It come out of the fear. When there is no fear in your mind deeply, you no need to memorize anything. But we addicted to this as a culture, as a tradition, and we hold to our own experience. And then that it will become little by little, we disconnect from that. So as example, just think, when you have effort inside your desire, the idea to memorize something itself, there is a resistance arising in you. And in that very moment, you damage your mind. Why? Because you resist with the fear regarding the very moment. And that's why you're trying to memorize. And on the top of that damaged mind, you put something. But when you deeply understand and experience something, there is more clarity arise in you more than the memory. You don't need to memorize that moment, but you know it. So knowingly something and memorizing something, two different things. In the ancient time, according to Srutamaya Jnana, it's you know it, and that knowingly become your wisdom. And that is the difference in the Srutamaya Jnana. But if you learn something and you memorize something and you repeat it something again and again, that doesn't mean you know it. So when you experience something, when you know something, out of that knowing, out of that understanding, out of that wisdom, the confidence arises. That is what called faith. But what we does today, we memorize things. And then out of that memory, we get into rituals. And then we just repeating, and with the fear. That is the faith today. Mostly the faith came out of the fear, not by the understanding. The difference between this in the deeply, that's why I will explain you. From like for this our this spiritual history, it's only happened within 5,000 years. Mostly this 30,000 years around this generations coming, and within 10,000 years, all the transformation start in this brain, and the people first 5,000 years and get into the deeper level of struggle to transform themselves, and then from that another 5,000 years it took. In the middle of that 5,000 years, the highest result we got, that is the Buddhahood. The Gautama the Buddha attained to that Buddhahood as a result of this all the 75,000 years before from him, that all the 75,000 years struggle of the human awareness or the consciousness, and as a result of that the final, the ultimate pinnacle happened, that is the Buddhahood. So, and from there until the mind, this little by little going in this journey. And ourselves, today we are in a position, we are in the moment. And look that from that, we are almost that the 2,500 and 2,564, 65 years now from that Buddhahood to today. And even from the Jesus to today, even from the Prophet Muhammad to today, we are not so far, because our ancestors came so long to reach to that, and brought from that pinnacle all the religious leaders, all the philosophers and everybody, and experienced the highest result of that, and from there, from that pinnacle, and we are not too far away, because we think another 5,000 years, 6,000 years and 10,000 years, this is going to be completely different. And so, but still, look how that detachment happening, how that we going away from the highest level of experience. We are little by little, how we become little by little ignorance. The very source, the very beginning of that is we disconnect from our real experience. And when we more dealing with the memory, it more damage to us. That damage take us to the fear. That fear detach from the reality, That is what happening. How they came towards the success of the consciousness, because they came out of the fear. They give up all the fearful things, and they little by little, they had the connection, their experience, their consciousness with the experience. Moment by moment, they became closer. But we are now again going backward, separating. That separation happened inside us with the memory. So look, in the first 1,000 years from the Buddha, and the monks used to memorize, because once you experience something, you no need to memorize the Dhamma. You memorize the Dhamma, and you preaching means you are not preaching. It's not preaching, because the very responsibility of the community of the sasana doing anusasana. So what you practice, you have to share. That's it. It is not you learn and teach. Look at that's all the education system. Even there are some professors, they never have idea regarding one subject, and then there is a vacancy. Though the chancellor called him and told, okay, can you take care of this class? And this person say, I don't know about it. So just study yourself and teach. So then what that professor does, he go and study some books and create a syllabus and come to this class, and he take care of this class for maybe 1 year or 2 years and do a syllabus. I many times heard, there are a lot of professors say, and they tells, I didn't know this subject when I take this class. Just look how he can teach. So like that, in the first, then what happened? Because of the natural disasters and because of many other difficulties, drought, because of that things, the monks couldn't experience the Dhamma, real Dhamma. So then what they did, they documented certain techniques. Why? Because in case if they die, this is completely going to disappear. And then now we just go with the book, and we worship the book, and we just follow the book, and we have the faith regarding the books, and we have fear for the books. But in the beginning of the wisdom, there was no books. It's the real experience. But it's nothing wrong, it's nothing harm. It should be there. And it going to become now everything in internet. And now so it has to be there like that. But your responsibility, even though it is there, don't go with it. Your responsibility, take the wisdom and practice yourself. What it says, go to the essence of it and recognize. So experience. When you experience, you have to forget the book. When you experience something, there is nothing can hold in the mind. If you hold something in your mind and try to experience, it's not going to become real experience. Remember that. It is become something else. That is what happening. Our mind, our brain damaged because of many kind of memories. That's why most of the organizations, most of the communities fail to have the very meaning of life. That's mean well-being. So it is when we look at the world, that as example, we say United Nation, and all the big shots and the high class people and all the good, the mind and the brains, and they are United Nation. And how, if the real United Nation, all that's mean the nations united, how they can have an army? Why they should have an army? When they united, why you need the army for that? So when we say United State, so it's united. It's like a huge yoga. And chitta vritti nirodha. And then there is no body and mind separation. And there is no thought or the experience separation. You are itself, you become very being. So when you say United State, the state cannot separate. There cannot be separation because it's united. But look, even in that united state or the United Nation or the United Countries, and even we say universe, in that universe, how are you going to separate as country, as a nation, or as people? We say universal being. So what does that mean? If you are not mentally damaged, you should understand. But when you say we are universal beings and you fight with the neighbor, from where that ideology came? And we say we are universal being, we share all the inhalation, exhalation same, but we fight with people and we try to kill each other. Look, the Buddha himself told very clear, nothing in the middle. Don't kill any living beings. There's nothing in the middle, or this or that, nothing. And all the Hinduism also, it directly mentioned that. Don't kill any living beings. Because if you, as a human being, if you kill even any living beings, you come to that position because there is a fear inside you. Just think, when you have no fear, you're not going to come to that level. Even regarding a bug. So when you have the fear, that means you damage. So how you can replace it? Because the body, the mind itself, moment by moment, becoming new. So you can rebuild it. You can get healed out of it. It take only one moment. If you come out of the thoughts and just surrender in that very moment, you heal your sansaric journey. That's why it's attaining to enlightenment, it takes this second. It doesn't take the process, waiting time. No. It takes 1 second. How? That 1 second come. You're able to come out of the thoughts. Why? Because your own memory, remember, your own memory, your own thoughts damage you. So little by little, try to release the thoughts and get into the real experience with any situation. Let go all the ideas that you carry with the past memory, even especially with the people. Inside our mind, we have always chatting, talking with our own thoughts. Just get into the very moment of reality and stay with it. It's you have to have some practice for that. That is what called art of living. So you have to learn it little by little, but it is possible. And get into that. If you're able to touch that point before you die, then you will see it worth for you as a human being to experience that. Once you experience that, and from there you complete this human existence. From there you able to come to the end, or maybe you go to the next. So with that, there was a king called Janaka long time ago. And one day he went to the park with his all the queens and the other everyone, and had a dance, and then he had a good time, and then he was just he wanna had a nap. He was lying down, and so all the queens and the dancers around him, and he felt so comfortable, and he had a nap. And then he had a dream. What is the dream? That he saw the neighbor country king come and attack him. So he got afraid and wake up. And then he saw all the queen and dancers, everybody around him. And even he was sleeping on the lap of the queen. Slept. And he felt so comfortable. Then again he went to sleep, a nap. And then again he start to see this dream and again wake up. Now the dream continue, and he tried to sleep and dream continue. Even though this all the most beautiful environment, comfortable environment, now this dream start to disturb him. So then he was half sleeping, wake up, half sleeping, wake up. After a while he had the question, what is this? So which one is real? Because when he experienced that dream, he feel that everything kind of like real. So now he have a question, what is real? So my dream is real, or what I experienced this is real? And then he asked from everyone, all the advisors. No one could answer this. And then after a while, one day, there was a person came, very crooked person. And his name called Ashtakruta. So Ashtavakra. So Ashtavakra means this, his body from 8 places bent, crooked. His spine, neck, spine to the 8 places bend his body. That's why Ashta means 8, Vakra means the bend. So by seeing this person, he thought this person cannot be wise. How this person can tell about the dream? And the king ignored him. And then he told, no, I can explain your dream. And the king asked, how you can explain? Because look, your shape, and how you going to? Then he told, from the society, everybody rejected me because of my bodily this disorder. And because of that, what I did, I start to study and I develop my wisdom. So the first moral of the story is, it doesn't matter whatever the physical form and disorder, that still there is a way. And when if you are able to develop your wisdom, and you can get into the highest of this conventional life. And then the king asked the dream, so then how are you going to explain about this dream? Is it real or not real? So then this Ashtavakra told, when you are in the dream state, this world is illusion. And when you are in this world and you name as real world, that dream is illusion. So according to the state of our mind, and other things going to become illusion. So remember, when we are in this, when we experience this, our dreams illusion. And when we are in the dream, what we experience this as real, which we call real in conventional way, this become illusion. So the king asks, what is real? Then Ashtavakra told, the what we see, what we hear, even in this conventional life or even in dreams, the both not real. So then the king asked, then is there anything is real? Then the Ashtavakra told, there is nothing real in between this, just only the moment of experience. Even that experience, moment by moment change. So when the king heard that, the fear disappeared. And it helped him to the liberation. So then remember yourself, don't clinging to the moment. Why? Because that clinging itself brings the fear. And even you enjoy it, behind it there is a fear going to arise. So then if you come out of this, all the dreams and the reality and the both, that is where you really going to find the freedom. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavattantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava ittavata chamni sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you. Thank you very much, everyone.